talking to my screen and tensively waiting for some voices to respond after I asked the question. It did not work for me at all. Instead, a good, well-developed course packed into an interactive PDF with links to videos, articles, real-life examples, etc., which students request to me personally. Our minor students of Embrace Tech from Fontes Pulst could choose between a standard or a premium package. In the standard one, they go through the course in their own pace and reach out to me for help when they need it. For the premium one, they received the course in 3 sessions. When the first session was completed, they hand it in, receive feedback from me, and then get the second session. They also get a weekly message from me to gently remind them on the course. It's the same content, but delivered differently. The standard students receive one PDF with the complete course. Their course starts with 3 rule descriptions and an interactive timeline. The rules are the one that Maud, my colleague, has, as somebody who has experienced the working process where the course is about. She experienced it herself. My role as an expert in the content of the course, and the role of the student, in which they take action themselves. The premium timeline looks exactly the same, but with one difference. The timeline is divided in 3 parts, the sessions. The students receive only the first session, and the rest is grey, as you can see. They will receive the second session when they handed in the first session. The buttons you see in both timelines are all connected to content from Maud or me or to a DIY task that the students have to do. It is logical to follow the order of the timeline, but it's not obligated. Students can navigate through the timeline as they want. The course is packed with videos from Maud in which she explains what working this way meant for her. Also, she gives insight in her working method with step-by-step plans. I make links with real-life examples and explain some strategies and tools. Only the DIY pages for the students look slightly different in the 2 different courses or packages. This because the students who have chosen the standard package do not have to hand things in between. So in that course, it is marked how working on this task contributes to which deliverable of their big overall project, because this course is connected to a big project. For the premium students, the DIY page asks them to upload the work to receive feedback from me, and then reminds them that if they've done that, they will receive the next part, the next session. On every page, you will also find a picture of Maud or of me, in which we remind the students to send us a ping anytime if they need any help. Here you can see the development in which the course was requested. So, via a video in which I shortly explained the content of the course and the 2 packages, I announced it on the platform we use for student communication. That was on day 1. They had to request the course personally to me in a private message, so send me standard on or send to me premium on. At day 1, 4 students requested the standard and 4 the premium course. After 7 days, I decided to post a reminder on the platform we use to communicate with our students, to remind them, the students who did not request the course yet, to remind them. I saw an increase then in students requesting the course. But then again, a dip after 10 days, something like that. So then at day 12, I decided to send a personal reminder to all the 22 students who did not request the course yet. After that, there was a big increase of 14 students the same day who requested the course, and some students later. At day 14, only 1 student out of the 61 students who actively participate in our program did not request the course yet. The personal contact I had with students increased. They started sending me personal messages in which they asked for help. Often after I asked them how it went, because I reached out to them also frequently, but also initiated by themselves. I came in contact with 19 new students with which I did not have personal contact before. 14 students I was already in contact with before this course. Unfortunately, I lost 5 students with which I had contact before, but during this course not anymore. The times I had personal contact with students doubled. From 2.6 times per day, it increased to 5.2 times per day. So as explained in the previous slide, I came in contact with more students. Here you see that 34% of those contact moments were with students of the standard package, which are 42 students in total. The majority of the contact moments is with the premium students, 57%, which are only 18 students in total. So as you can see, I only had personal contact with 40% of the students from the standard package and with 89% of the premium students, which makes sense because they had to hand in between what they were working on. But they also reached out in between. This course aimed to help the students develop on learning indicator F and G. From the 53 students who handed in their learning map, 70% did not pass on indicator F and 28 not on indicator G. The majority of those students had the standard package and did not reach out to me for help, despite all the reminders I sent them. So 70% versus 30%, so the majority of the students preferred the standard package. I've had 2 times as much contact with individual students on a daily basis than before, so that really increased. I did not count the times that the student requests the course to get started, because that will give us a strange image, so I counted from the moment they received the course. The students with the premium package requested way more individual guidance, which makes sense since they have to hand in work before they get the next session. I've had personal contact with slightly more than half of all the students regarding the content of the course. Before there was only 1/3 of the students, so that also increased. The insights I gained from this. Prepping the course and keeping contact with all students costs a lot of time. However, the prep time is a one-time investment, and if I add up all the quick online interaction moments I had with individual students, it will not result in more time than if I gave a series of live or online lessons or lectures. Second insight, just-in-time learning for students also requires just-in-time responses from you as a teacher. So if you request a package and they only receive it 3 days later, you will lose the students. Of course, this can be done differently if you totally digitalize it. Before this course, I gave 2 online courses. They were both courses which were mostly focused on giving online lectures and some tasks for the students to do. I noticed that I have way more personal contact with the students with this course that I developed now. I see my students one-on-one in video calls they request, and they send me personal messages. Before in the online lectures, I only mostly saw black screens and they didn't really respond much to my questions in the lectures or did not turn on their screens. I started May 1st, 2020 at Fontes Pulst. I visited Pulst in February sometimes before and I saw some students, but I did not start it yet until May 1st. So I did this fully online. I didn't know the students before and I didn't have time to build a relationship with them. So I can really say that it is able to build a teacher-student relationship if you have never seen each other before in real life. Lastly, my big question. I am happy with the course and the test result, but as you saw in this video, I was not able to guide all students properly. So I will pursue my search. How can I do this? Can you help me with that by sharing your experience and insights? Then contact us, visit our website or send me an email.